Well, hello, viewers, players. So good to have you all here again. I'm gonna have to come up with a new background if we're leaving the city. Um, well, here we are, Sundered Fate, episode 5 somehow already. That's exciting. That's um, very fun. We had a banner session. Last week was intense. It was a lot that went on. A lot started off the session, sneaking about a warehouse, trying to um, find out whether or not Thaytrii Elevir was in on whatever the shady deal or deals were with Citron. She's effectively been cleared by Bayora finding her entries in a diary. However, the entry referenced a 10-pound sample of said magical crystals to be likely stored there in the warehouse. So uh, Dia went and distracted the guards for a while. Ladrin helped out at one point by becoming better shut that off, by becoming a giant owl and scuttling about. Dia and Ladrin got most of the guards' attention out of the front door, letting everyone run upstairs to check upstairs, where they found a person fleeing. Crates open in a number of spaces on the upper floor. Ball of a 10-pound sample in a person's hands, looking back from the window as they saw our three friends come up the stairs. They leapt out the window, and a chase ensued. And some people were catching up and running ahead, and others were getting behind, trying to use some tactics with special spells and things to slow them down. Ultimately, Ladrin was able to use um, grasping vines. I think it is. Does that sound right?
Entangle, I think.
Entangle. Thank you.
Yes.
Entangle to root them in place. They avoided it the first time. Did not manage to do so the second time. They opened a door in the shrubs, which is kind of neat because they had a thing to create shrubs and go through it, um, which was going to be their "Oh panic" button. But then they were in shrubs, so that worked out nicely for them, letting them go down a flight of stairs into a fantastical space. Looked like the interior of a home built from beautiful different types of trees and foliage, stairwells intersecting and wrapping around corners all over, doors in a number of different places where a battle ensued. And I keep forgetting we had the recap, so you probably don't need all of this, but they won. Naver was knocked unconscious and even failed a death saving throw, which was really scary. For me, I imagine for everyone. um, Bayora, had she not used her healing potion when she did, she recovered exactly enough health to survive. Like, if she hadn't done that, the next hit was exactly enough to have knocked her out. So it got intense. It got intense. There were creepy, like cute little things that inflated into like multi-eyed flesh balloons, which is kind of gross. And Marguerite turned out to be the thief, and she turned into gross, like skin popping off and blistering and other stuff. Turned into what was it? The jellyfish like creature. Ooh. Anyway, everyone left. They were bamfed out of that space after Marguerite was killed. And then something rather ominous happened. And one of the players checked in with me after, and so I clarified. So I'll just say, I'll clarify that it isn't a normal occurrence. This isn't something that happens every Sundering. This has never happened. But in the sky, a huge boom, rumbling, so much so that glass was shattering, stone and earth tremoring, stones falling down off Orin's Rest, trees uprooted and collapsing just from this bellowing energy. Pressure in your ears was intense. That's not a normal thing with the anniversary of the Sundering. Uh, that rolled on. Energy lit up the rings around the planet uh, until finally just like silence. Everyone remained silent for a while still, the citizens, like, what was that? What's next? We're finally murmuring. Sound having left. And Dia suggested going to her place of business to maybe get off the streets and like recover a little bit. It's late. That was midnight. As you knew, as the clock tower is what was revealed by Elevir's Masterworks for the celebration. Just probably not even a few minutes ago. So we will pick up. Zip, fast forward. You've all made it to Dia's. What's the name of your store again? Because I love it so much.
Yeah, it is called the Adventurer's Attic.
Yes. You go to a pretty prominent storefront here and street of shops. So Dia unlocks the door, lets you all step out of the cold and snow into a really mid-sized shop. Couple levels, a lot of different shelving and rows of goods to look at if you wanted. And I'll pass it over probably to Dia as you're letting everyone in.
Absolutely. Millicent's probably out in the festivities, so I will have everyone sit in we call it the partners corner. Everyone who doesn't like to shop, there's just a nice plush corner for them to sit and wait for their partner to finish shopping. But but I will set out tea. I have like a couple of thick blankets that I've gotten from marketplaces just so people can sit, and I'll get a fire started.
Crackling of fire kicks up.
Ladrin would definitely take advantage of blankets and pillows and peruse the tea. Wait, did you make tea or just set out tea?
I'll start making it. I am not proficient in anything tea making, so it might be gross. I have people for that.
Nice.
She'll respectfully wait for the tea, but just plop down on comfy stuff.
Little ambiance in the Zoom for the setting. Crackling fire.
Sarah will sit down next to Ladrin and will probably take out her tome to start reading the journal that she copied in the warehouse.
Okay. Slowly, bit by bit, warmth seeps in through down to the skin and right down to the bone, warming everyone up nicely as the tea is done. Latrin, if you wanted to manage tea. Nehru rests as well with you all, just recovering from being knocked unconscious. Yeah, I'll pass it back.
I know because we haven't had a long rest yet. Gregory's not able to come back just yet, and so we are pouting a little bit.
I should add that Ladrin said at the end, after all that boom and everything else, and the resounding strike of midnight hit, Ladrin said, "Well, happy birthday to me."
Did anyone hear that? I forgot I said that.
I'm terrible at it, but could I possibly make a perception check to have heard it?
I mean, it was pure silence. I'm just gonna say everybody heard that. I'm sorry, Ladrin. It was
fair.
so quiet on the streets.
That is fair. That is fair.
Right.
She wasn't paying attention to the silence.
Okay.
Fair.
So I'm gonna go into the kitchen and hope that Millicent has made any chance that Millicent has made something like sweet for any of the guests, like prep for tomorrow's tea or anything that I can like rummage out. Um, and I want to bring it back for Ladrin. I am always of the belief that even a terrible year still needs to be celebrated on the day of one's birth. It's not much, but it's all that I could muster.
Thank you.
I want to dig through my bag. I have like a normal, like a pillar, not a pillar candle, but like a just normal size candle, like comically oversized in a tinderbox. And Tuna's just silently rummaging through their bag, and they just pull it out and light it and just kind of look and realize they really can't stick in anything, so just kind of hold it and let it hover above.
You're
That's so
sweet.
sweet. She doesn't know how to feel about this. I don't know what to do.
Typically, you make a wish and blow it out, but
Oh, is that what you do? Okay.
Or you could just look at the pretty fire.
yeah, I mean it's fire, so
I do like fire. Okay. So she thinks for a minute and then blows it out.
All right.
Cool.
Probably not what Ladrin was expecting for her birthday. But a very eventful day. Your next thing in your mind, I imagine, would be reporting the task completed, your findings from the notebook and stuff back to Ayvaline. You know there's comfy beds there waiting if you wanted to return. She seemed to be open to whenever you all got back. Doesn't mean you have to, that's just an option. Yeah. Yep, you've got that 10-pound sample of crystal on your person too. Feora, I think, or whoever got it. Yeah, Feora. What would you like to do next?
I know it might be stressful, but I do think that well, actually, could I check outside, like with the explosion that happened, are people like leaving the streets now, or is there like a commotion going on? Like if I could just open the shutters to see.
You can take a look. It was sort of almost from outer space. When everyone looked up, there was nothing there, but it was this boom from the open night sky with no source that was rumbling. Everyone was initially a little bit panicked, but then it was so intense and overwhelming that everyone just got whisper quiet as it ended, like waiting. People are, there's people going through the streets. People do seem to be going home and filing off the streets.
As difficult as it is, I do think time might be of the essence to perhaps head back over to Ayvaline's home. Just after what happened in that magical subspace has me a bit on edge, I will say.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm good to go, whatever. I really need to like sleep at some point though, because I haven't been separated from Gregory in like never. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
That's fair.
Poor Gregory. Yeah. So whenever y'all are ready, I'm so ready. And thank you for I'm imagining like some sort of like tiny little cake, like a cupcake-esque. Delicious.
I love it. I imagine rations come with they're like Lunchables for medieval times, and they just come with a little dessert. It's
some sweet.
Kind of something.
Nice. Nice. Okay, well, it sounds like you all are headed back to Ayvaline's then?
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
The streets, by the time, you rest, you have the coffee, you have the little celebration. Gosh, Ladrin, I have to think that at least for a moment, crossing your mind is just, when's the last time you sat down with, had anyone that was there to celebrate your birthday with you, that even knew of your birthday?
Long time.
Mm-hmm.
15, 20 years?
Mm-hmm.
15 years?
I think so, yeah. Okay. So, off you go.
I'm doing math.
Nice. As you navigate the streets, most of its citizens have found their way indoors, shoring up for the night. You see some people putting up some to wood to panel up windows that were broken. Other people doing a little bit of work like that, but everyone trying to just call it a night. There are an extra number of guards on the city streets as well, kind of patrolling. Also, not really knowing where this boom came from and what it means. Just trying to be extra safe with the city. You make your way. Let's see. Oof. It's a bit of a hike. It's a bit of a hike without the carriage. But you do make your way to Ayvaline's mansion. As you knock, rap at the door, Endolin answers. Oh, it's you lot. Come in. Opens the door. Everyone's well, looks like. Come in, she shuts the door. Some of you seen better days, so. Well, I'll get, Ayvaline. Yeah, sit down wherever. You're just sort of, part of the family now, I suppose, so make yourselves at home. She heads off to get Ayvaline.
I think while we're waiting, I would like to take Feora's arm and just like lead her over to wherever there's like seats or a table or something, and just kind of like try to get her to like sit there, and then I'll come across, and then I open up the Phoenix chess set that I have so we could play.
Feora goes along with it and also begins playing.
While we wait.
Okay, it actually does take a little bit of time, probably 15 or 20 minutes, before Ayvaline comes down. Hurriedly dressed in a nice, sort of a nightgown outfit. Probably a cool robe, something nice and cozy with a tie off in front. Hands in pockets, in the front pockets. Oh, yes. Well, my hair just a mess. You've all made it then. Lovely. Tea, please, Endolin, tea. For the sake, why are you standing there, please?
Oh, tea sounds amazing.
And Endolin hurries to make some tea. Let's sit by the fire, yes? Bring your game, you two, and goes around to find everyone. We'll go to the study, or the library. Leads everyone over there. So you're all able to find some very comfortable seats around a grand fireplace. There's logs like 8 feet in width burning in this thing. It's like a 12-foot wide fireplace in the back of the room. So you're surrounded by books and comfortable chairs and comfy pillows. Lots of art and other such stuff. Oh, well, she wiggles some chairs around so you can all kind of face one another in a semicircle. Yeah, you have to forgive me. It was a long day and it was mid-sleep. but I'm very happy that you've arrived. Please, tell me, what have you found?
Feora, without saying anything, just kind of takes the pouch out that had the 10-pound sample and puts it down in the middle.
Oh, do you kind of like, do you expose the... Well, that is that's a rather large sample of that, yes? And this, so she was in on this. She had some of the crystal. Does she have more stored there?
She wasn't necessarily in on it. I found her journal where it was talking about how it was sent to her for her to kind of look through it, but she wasn't interested.
Oh. Well, that's a relief, honestly.
But do you want to know who was behind
I
it?
very much do. Yes, did you discover who it was?
Yes, who wants to tell her? I want to watch. Someone else can tell her.
It was Marguerite. The butler.
Citroen's butler.
Yes.
Well, I suppose that makes sense.
Not really.
No. I mean, she would have access, yes, to...
She would have access more easily to the 3 wagons that Citroen had at his estate. Why Marguerite was at the warehouse taking a 10-pound sample.
And why murder him? Why not just abscond with the crystals?
Yes.
Do you know anything of the Dark Mother?
That's a terrible Monica. No, but I'll certainly look into, doesn't sound good. That sounds very culty, doesn't it?
Exactly what I said.
Marguerite started screaming something about legions, and honestly, it was very theatrical.
She turned into a jellyfish. It was all
Yes.
Give me the full recap, please, and I won't make you roleplay that out, but like, you give her the full recap. Oh, I understand. All right, so Marguerite did not have the rest of the crystals. She was desperately after this chunk, as though she had... All right. And I don't understand that creature at all. That's out of a nightmare.
I mean, you don't have to understand the rest of them either anymore after this because she's a little dead.
It's a shame, but clearly she gave you no choice. I'm so thankful that the rest of you, looks at neighbor, that you've managed through.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am very relieved to hear that Thaytrii is not involved. As she's a relatively powerful player in all things here in the city, and will not want her to have access. And good for her for not giving in, clearly recognizing the power of this, but looking to go about it in a more official way. Well, payment. And as Endlin comes in and hands her some notes. Yes, I don't know if I'll speak with each of you. I do have half the information that you're looking for. Would you prefer I speak to you a bit later in private, as you did before?
Yes, please.
Understood. Nero, you never did get back to me on what it is that I can do for you. I do hope you'll take some time to consider and let me know for our next meeting. Yes. I can share here, if you wish, or I can share information with you elsewhere, if you wish to speak of it in private.
I would enjoy a bit of privacy.
course. We'll discuss after then. And Tuna, I believe that but you would like yours in private as well.
At this point, I feel like I'm going to have to try to talk my companions into helping me out with this, so here's fine.
All right. Well, Tuna, I did was able to uncover information on a few people that passed through town. Enderlin so kindly spoke with the 2 or 3 people in town that can give people new identities, new appearances, such things as you described. This gentleman did indeed seek to change their identity once arriving here some time ago. They currently go by the name Mustav Girardello. That's Mustav Jeeraddello. Mustav Girardello. On the bad news side of things, they separated from Citroën. They were working for Citroën, as you mentioned. They separated from employment there about a month ago. The good news is, we know where he went and what he's up to. He went to one of my favorite places to visit, a Sunhaven. You might see Nehru perk up a little bit at Sunhaven city. He's running an underground fight arena in the city. Certainly not legal. It operates below a tavern called the Mist's Edge. Super quick, gonna message a couple of you something about that as you hear that. Copy paste.
Secrets.
Oops. Yeah, hit enter, Dan. Thanks. Alright, where's the other? Okay. Messages sent. So at least some of you that might, if you got message, then it might, hearing the name of that might perk you up. And that is why. It's below a tavern called the Mist's Edge. Yes. And so I don't know if they stay there or live there. We just know that they operate that illicit fight club below. And that's where they are currently. I do hope that's what you were looking for.
That is perfect. Thank you.
Of course. I feel like we're all, of course, getting to know one another better and getting embroiled in quite a bit of do. So if there's any other information in the future that you need, please let me know. I'd be obliged to help you. Well, let me share. I suppose I'll just borrow you one at a time down the hall a bit in a more quiet place to share independently. Suppose I'll Ladrin, would you wish to know your information here? Well, update or private?
I prefer private.
Certainly. Well, let's take care of you next then. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, off we go. And she kind of gets up, has a little more energy now. Skips out of the room and down the hall. Now, do you want me to do this offline, Ladrin? Whatever that mysterious place is.
We can do it. We can do now.
All right.
Can know but not know.
Nice.
Like it.
Well, she'll sit you down then. And regarding the first bit of information, it is much more that needs to be put into discovering that. I have set an expert contact I have on the job to the task. They have knowledge of the history of the location you wrote down. And they believe they have a very good idea of where to start at the roots, so to speak. And can backtrack through there and see if they can glean any other information that might be, what you're looking for. So, just to say, while I don't have an update, I have set someone on the task that is familiar with the area and its history. Yes?
That's a really good start. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Very well. The other kind of gestures at you matter. I contacted person that we spoke of. Quite intellect and especially for Arcana. Masterful witch by the name of Tata. And I did not hear back from her. I could not reach her. However, that usually means she's in the middle of some all-consuming research. I feel very confident that by the time you return from delivering this message to Alindra, I'll have heard and have something actionable to give you. But trust me, she's worth the wait.
Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid that's, of course, everything for now, but again, by the time you return, I hope to have much more information in both regards.
Okay.
So that'll do for now.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just extremely tired. So
Oh.
this will all stick in my brain like tomorrow. Cool.
I understand. Yes, well, let's return. Back, and then Bayora, do you have a moment then, if you wish?
Yep.
Lovely. Do you wish to do yours offline?
No, that's okay.
Okay. She brings you down to the same room. Closes a little sliding door that slides into the wall. Closes it up. Yes, well. Your task, the first of your tasks has proven rather difficult. Concerning Pandora. The contact that I sent out to find information went missing. So I'm going to take someone that is at the very top of the game to pursue that information. I feel that it's actually two folks, they're twins, and they do fine work. I believe that by the time you return, I should have something more actionable than nothing. And I apologize and ask for your patience. I was not expecting that. The person was rather capable. So now I have engaged, sadly at the loss of this contact, just how difficult to quarry this individual might be. Apologies for underestimating them initially.
Are you lost someone to him?
Yes, well, the latter part of your request, I can absolutely do. I can either give you contacts right now, or I can set up meetings with the individuals with which you wish to speak here in Nobleman's Mill upon your return. I can give you a letter of introduction if you wish to use the contacts now, or set up actual meetings, which might go a little smoother when you return. You have a preference?
The meetings would be great. Thank you.
Absolutely. When you return, they'll be set in stone. I don't do this very often, so when I do, people make sure they set aside the time. So I'm positive they will hold the date. And
I really appreciate it.
of course. Well, let's return then for now, and next time we speak of this, I'll have hopefully much better information for you. Returns to the room. Let's see, and then Dia, if you have a moment, then. Oh, is she frozen?
No.
No. So she's listening, real intent. Like, nope. Okay, so we'll just kind of retcon that when she comes back. That conversation. Oh, hey, Dia. You're back. Yay. I think you were.
No.
Oh, I can.
Can we hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry, everyone.
You're fine.
It's fine.
Oh, Dia, please, if you don't mind, let's go chat then, yes?
Of course.
And would you like to do this offline, or would you like?
No, I'm fine with people knowing but not knowing.
Okay, perfect. Same thing, down to the room, close doors. Oh, Dia. Well, on the first matter, as you requested, as you know, the city only allows so many visitors each month, and then each year, just visitors. I was able to get you and your traveling companions here, or the group assembled here, on the list. Yes, it was exciting. It's for you'll be officially on the list about 2.5 months from now, which might sound terrible, but there's travel to your destination with the Lindra, travel back. It should all time out quite nicely, I believe. You'll stay on that list for an entire year. So, if you run late, don't worry about it anyway.
All right.
As far as your second request, as you know, it's almost unheard of. However, in my network, some of my trusted contacts know of a guide who claims to be able to do what you seek. With some legitimacy.
All right.
I'm sending a few more of my people to discuss this matter with said individual, just to find out exactly how much legitimacy there is, as I don't want to set you up on a fool's errand or consign you to death because some fool thinks that they can walk on water. So we'll just make sure that they can do what they can do. That'll have set with plenty of time before you return.
All right.
So a sliver of hope.
I am very grateful for what you have found and are able to do now. Trust that I have learned to be very patient. So I understand.
I see. I get that sense about you. Very well. I imagine you're all quite ready for bed. I'm eager to go back myself. Shall we see the others and perhaps call tonight?
Yes, of course.
Lovely. Well then, and she'll ask you to lead the way and close up. So she'll come back and if that settles everything for everyone tonight, I suggest we finish some rest, get a good long rest in, and in the morning plan for whatever comes next. If you're prepared to depart for Crestwood fullest. Otherwise, thank you all again.
Sounds so great.
Yeah.
And she just starts heading towards whatever room she thinks she's gonna grab.
Nice, nice.
She is out.
All right. So let me know if anyone has anything you want to do. Otherwise, everyone's going to get to go to bed and have a nice long rest.
I just want to read from that book a little bit more.
Okay.
Since I only need the 4 hours, and just take some time reading that.
Okay. You continue reading through before
yeah,
falling asleep. What you got, Adrian?
I think mine's just a trance thing too. I do have trance. Wow. I forgot. Anyway, she's gonna take the full 8 hours. She's gonna she's gonna sleep.
Okay. I've got it. I'll reply to finish with. Yes. So, peace, rest, comfort. Everyone is able to get a lovely night's sleep. So please make sure in D&D Beyond. Oops. Officially. Yeah, let me swap that up. Yeah, be sure that you go ahead and mark that. Get the rest. All right, I'm gonna finish replying this message while we just give Dia a moment. Serena a moment.
Long rest.
I'm just frantically trying to figure out why my hit points is only 16 at level 3. It didn't save when I tried to put it back in.
Oh,
When I
okay.
rolled
It
to
should-
increase my max HP, I was like,
It should, if you go into the edit and you go
Yeah.
to class.
No, I had done it on my
Oh.
phone at one point, and
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it didn't save.
Oh, okay,
So-
gotcha. Yeah, this isn't right.
I was like, I don't, that seems a little bad. Whew, I get to prepare new spells. I'm so excited.
Exciting. Okay. So I replied to the person that messaged me. Let me know if that makes sense now. Please, if you give it. Okay. Oh, for shame. Well, that one's on you.
Oh no.
um,
Yeah, see? Told you. Told you at one point during the stream you would hear River say what she wants to talk about.
oh yeah, awesome.
So River says hi.
Hi, River. Okay. Oh, hi, welcome back. Okay, that gave me a chance, Serena, so don't worry about it. Give me a chance to reply to a player to help explain, break something out Legion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Go. Okay. And okay, good. That's good. So here we are. Morning comes around. Make sure you do your long rests in D&D Beyond. I think I already said that, but just in case I didn't.
Yeah.
Good. And yeah, so nice tasty breakfast. Ayvaline joins you. Endolin sits down to join you. There's servants that are, catering to your whim. A more confection of sugar, they're on your French toast. It's really nice. And ahead of you, making plans to. You've been tasked with reaching Alindra over in the, I believe it's the Crestforge Valley. Give me a quick sec. We'll take a look here. Here we go. It is Crestwood Valley. Crestwood Valley. You have two options. I think I have the map linked. You might need to look in the Discord chat. But it's a little bit southeast. You can either go directly southeast and traverse the mountains on your own and get right into Crestwood Valley, or you can take the normal path all the way down to Crystal Brook, where you can probably hire a guide to get you through the tough part of the mountains there, and then the rest of the forest you're on your own.
Since Ladrin's already been there, would that consider, like, would she be considered as the guide?
You could. I feel that you would have a decent sense of the dangers of the mountain. You probably would have gone through Crystal Brook and up that way on your own or whatever. But you could act as a guide because you have a rough idea of like what lives there, what's dangerous, what to watch out for.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the map is in the Discord. I don't see it.
Oh. Goodness. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's fix that. All right. Sundered Faete holder. Okay. I'm going to put the travel one in. So you've got the guides to go by. It takes an extra long time to get there. Man, wrong button. If you go down and around now, it adds maybe like 3 weeks onto your journey, as opposed to a month. It's nearly 2. You also been, oh no, poor dear. You've also been warned or given the heads up that there's another person that is probably going to find out about this. It's important to let Alindra know, because Alindra could probably help and make this a safe thing for Orin as Orin recovers. Being the parent of all earth elementals, that can make a really strong ally or enemy. And so I think that Alindra here is Alindra. Oh my gosh, Ayvaline here has shared, like, you need to let the Queen of all Eladrin and Alindra know before one of the big baddies that is a force in the world right now, Nithrana. Like, we don't speak her name unless you absolutely have to, because she has eyes and ears like in all corners of the world. Like, she's probably going to find out sooner rather than later because of all how present she is here with connections and such. But it's important to let Alindra know as soon as you can. So time might be of the essence.
I missed the first part. Going down to Crystal Brook would be about 2 months.
Yeah, it'd be like a month
Right.
and 3 weeks and change versus like a month. Each of
Going
those little
through-
hexagon things is 1 day's travel.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it'd be easier to probably maybe go through the mountain.
Mm-hmm. And you're, pretty trustworthy when it comes to that. You've had experience.
If we have horses, you had said that we can go 2 tiles in 1 day, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I have a broom. Does that count as a horse?
No.
No. Okay.
What's a horse's speed? I don't know. Well, I mean, it's a good question, right?
I mean, so we don't have to have a lot of horses.
They're about 60 feet a turn. So it's about the same. I mean, you yourself could go really fast, but it'd be one less, horse if anyone was trying to rent horses or anything like that.
We can have this conversation in character if we want, but we'll just say that Tuna says this over breakfast. The only thing about horses is if we get them, we can't really take them over the mountains with us. So I know I'm the one that brought up horses, but this now occurs to me after I've said it.
I don't know. I mean, I'll be flying on a broom, so it's whatever y'all want to do. Like,
I'll quickly toss in that this is the standard rate of travel to which you're all pretty accustomed in the world, because there just isn't much that's faster. And again, unless you ride horses or other things like that, it's I know time is of the essence, but I also didn't want to make you feel rushed either. Like, it's just kind of the travel time of the world.
let's get some horses. Like, I think that would be the better call to make.
We could try. This is wild. We could try to get mules. They usually do better on rocky terrain and that sort of thing.
What?
I don't know if anywhere around here would rent out mules, but
What I know, Dan, since I've been here for a while. Rentals.
There's some up by the quarry, like up by on the mountain, where you can mine and stuff. There's some mules rentals there, the outskirts. There are some outside of the city, but they have a really terrible selection here because they don't really use them that much, and they don't really raise them that much, mule-wise. Horses, they do, are a good selection. Mules, you could probably find, I mean, they're not going to be like diminished stats, but nothing exceptional will be found.
I think we'll have better luck securing some horses. If you find some mules, good luck.
Can I just say, I'm not a fan of the horse route. I don't like horses. Childhood thing, horses, they freak me out.
Oh.
I cannot make this trip if there's a horse involved.
Oh, cool.
On foot it is.
That's okay.
What happened to Feora?
I know. I'm so concerned now.
Right. Like, are you all right? Are you good? That's very.
How did I not know?
Specific.
It's fine. I went to therapy.
Good.
But I mean, they just don't recommend exposure therapy.
Fair.
So if we could do this without horses, that would just be sublime.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
If you heard the phrase though, just get back on the horse.
I hate that phrase.
Oh no, I want to help you overcome your fear. I'm sorry. That horse must have been like a real jackass. Pun intended. But it wasn't a donkey, it was a horse.
Nice.
Well, hell. I'm learning new stuff about you every day. Wow.
Awesome.
Anyways, that's
You've settled on the walking route. Still is very standard means of travel. You probably have most of your stuff, stocked up. You can get ration. Ayvaline will just give you rations as far as like having food to eat, but hunting when you stop, if that's your jam, get you some tastier stuff. Is there anything you all want to do like here in town before you set out on this task?
I want to buy another health potion.
Come in handy.
Smart.
Okay.
Using the party funds to do it. Wait, who has the party funds?
I don't know who has the party funds.
We should not leave Ladrin in charge of she doesn't care about money, so it would be lost.
Honestly,
she has enough.
Nice. I feel like it would be Dia. I feel like everyone kind of.
I think we should give it to Dia.
Seems like the money savvy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm
so when Serena gets back.
I was just gonna use my money though. I wasn't gonna use the party funds.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Well, you're just take the 50 gold out unless you want to role play and try and barter. Otherwise, it's okay. 50 gold pieces. You've got a standard potion of healing. Remember, it doesn't show up in green. It shows up as like uncommon or whatever. I mean, as common.
I still have one in there, so I was just gonna change it to 2.
Perfect. Okay. Let me do it this way. Does anyone have anything else they want to do with in regards with chatting with Ayvaline or Endolin or anything in the city before setting out?
I think we don't have to role play this out, but Ladrin would have gone back to Ayvaline to clarify some things because she was so tired. So she'll just like jot it down like in a little notebook or whatever and be like, okay, cool, thanks, bye. She would have gone back. And then other than that, I think she's good.
Okay.
I think Vera would have sent out a letter to who and about I can discuss later, but not here.
Okay. Beautiful. All right, well, taking out all my other notes here. Nice. Then you all, bid adieu to Ayvaline and Endolin, and you set out to the edge of town. Again, the monumental walls that wrap the city here. You step through, 120, 130 feet up. You step through the doors out into sort of a smattering of tents and pop-up tents and other stalls for vendors and other adventurers that are just sort of passing their way through the city before moving on. Traders and wares, arts and such. And yeah, you look out in stark contrast to the city behind you, nature fills the entire view. And you're getting ready to journey to Crestwood Valley in order to find the entrance to Evernight, also known as the Court of Stars. It's a demiplane in which the Queen of all Eladrin resides, Alindra. Ladrin, you were specifically given the instructions as best, directions as best to be given, because there's nothing very specific in this time period. And no GPS, unfortunately. Mages need to get on that. Just saying. Yeah, so you begin your journey. Now, for the first portion of this journey, I'm not going to do any rolls because let me open up the map and chat here. So, all right. So you are all in Oberman's Mill. I imagine you probably take a familiar path, the short run. I'm sorry, let me see if I can get our battle map up. Nope, that just has like the actual cameras on. I'm sorry, viewers, I don't have the map ready. Oberman's Mill, the short run is that little run of road wraps around the bottom of Orin's Rest. Once you meet up with that vertical path, you can head southeast and you'll be in the mountains in no time. That's actually just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to reach, not even a week to reach the mountains. Once you reach the mountains are difficult terrain, so each square takes 2 days. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be 10 days to get through the mountains. And then, however much to get through, it's roughly in the middle-ish where you're headed in Crestwood Valley. 2, 3, 4, 6, a week through Crestwood Valley. So not too awful long. I think that puts us at 27 days. So about 4 weeks. Yeah, about a month. Good. That worked out. Does that sound pretty good? Is that like what you're hoping to do? Ladrin, I guess, is you're sort of the expedition lead here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That, works for me.
The first week, since a lot of it's along traveled, established paths, if you're traveling in a group, there really isn't much of a risk of encounters other than like the infestation of elementals in the world. But you make it through safe and sound. At the end of you rest on the 6th night. The 7th morning, you look up at the towering mountain range known as Thunderfang Rise. Stands before you. Snowy peaks up on top. These are not slopes that look friendly. This is definitely, there's some hiking here, but there's a fair bit of climbing involved as well, up and down, and rappelling down on the other side. If you brought gear for it. If anyone wants to retcon and be like, yeah, I bought climbing gear, that's cool too, because I just thought of it in this moment. Does anybody not have climbing gear? I think it's really cheap.
I feel like after our incident in the cave, we would probably be like, yeah, we're gonna get climbing gear for this. So.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I do not have it, but I would like to purchase if it is available.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's the pitons that you can use that are just the general things, and those are really cheap.
I don't know if climbing gear is like a thing that can be shared across, but I do have a piton and rope.
You're back. Are we back?
Hey,
yes.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Yay.
Technology,
man.
Welcome back. We're climbing a mountain.
Okay. I love it.
Those that cost just 5 copper a piece. You do need them for each person. It's like it makes a handhold or a foothold, so you probably want like 4 per person. You'd be looking at 2 silver per person for the pitons.
So question. Because honestly, Ladrin probably wouldn't purchase any climbing gear because she has a broom. Like, that's why she's carrying around a broom, because she doesn't want to climb stuff. She could be the lookout while everyone's trying to climb. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, watch everybody's back while they're climbing.
Sounds good. Okay.
Unless they really need a climbing kit later.
I've got 10 batons. I'm just looking at my inventory here.
You've got 10? Okay. Well, that's enough for 2 people. So, if you spend a silver, if someone spends a silver, there's plenty for everybody. Okay.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Tuna's like, just puts the silver down.
Like, I'm not going through this again.
Which is smart. Serena. Oh, I think she froze again.
Oh.
Did you freeze again?
Maybe I heard you a bit, but
I heard.
Oh, I can hear you now.
No. Oh, I
so
was gonna tell her she's our bank. No. Internet.
She's our bank.
By the way, you're our bank.
Money.
Amazing.
Welcome back. You're also the treasurer and climbing mountain.
I love
Please
it.
hold these funds.
Mhm.
Poor Serena.
Push this back to the other version. And okay. So, you have enough gear. Oh, I think she's back. Yay. Oh, she has it. Yay.
Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera while we wait.
No, no worries.
There we go.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
I'm
you
so
heard
sorry.
it. Okay.
Your stuff's being so ornery. Please don't worry about it. I know when that happens to me, I get really stressed. Like that, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh," but we're good. So please don't stress. Like you were a-okay.
Okay. Can everyone hear me or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. You can hear me. Okay. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
In the wise words of someone online at some point, sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah.
I'm a bad guy.
It really,
Nice.
sometimes it'd be like that.
I
Okay.
oh,
Poor thing. I can give you. So what I don't want to do here is mansplain. So you might already be well aware of this. I'm just going to preface this. I happen to work at a cable company like a very long time ago. If you don't already know about reprovisioning, like forcing a reprovision on your cable modem, then it's an extra trick. Like if you've power cycled it and shut everything off, restarted everything. Here's another trick. If you power off your router, power off your cable modem, and unthread the coaxial cable, and you keep it unthreaded for 3 minutes, and then thread it back in, plug the power into the cable modem, you wait a minute for it to come online, then plug in the router. That forces them on their back end to find a new spot on their network for it. Sometimes that's where the issue lies, and it's forcing a reprovision, and sometimes that'll fix it. But
I'm gonna be taking notes on this. So. Oh, Serena is not going to be taking notes on this.
She's not. Oh no.
She said you cut off before I heard the advice.
Oh, well, would you mind putting that in? Because I know I've told you about that before. Would you mind putting that in Discord for poor Serena?
I can't. I have no idea what she said. None of those words mean anything to me.
Okay.
I got it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm like, my husband would know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I know what a modem is
Nice.
and a router
Mm-hmm.
and knowing how to plug something in, and that's about it. Like
Nice.
You start saying these things and my eyes like glaze over. I just kind of wait for you to do the fixing.
Nice. Can you fix this for me though? Okay.
Feminism like evaporates from my body the moment this kind of thing comes up.
Mine is a very simplified explanation. I just want to point out.
Oh, thank you. It's perfect. No, that's great.
Oh,
It's like you just unplug your coax cable for 3 minutes and then they'll fix it on their end. That's literally what I'm saying.
Nice.
It's not at all what you said, but it's close enough.
it's still good. Oh, thanks, Trilena.
Neat. Okay. All right. So, here. Thank you so much, Carly, for doing that. I appreciate you.
That way you don't have to stress about typing. Again, not the best.
Oh, hi, Trilena. Okay, so here we are at the foot of the mountain, peering up at the absolute majesty of this mountain range, Dragonfang Rise, and you begin your journey. Day 1. This is sort of a hiking portion. You're at the base. Slopes are still moderately gentle, but it's a workout. I think I'm just going to break this up. It's 10 days, so I'm not going to go all through that. I think I'm going to break it up into some basic. I think we'll do the first day will be just 2 days. What do we got? 8. Okay. First 2 days are arduous, but you make it through. As you rest at night, Ladrin, you know that in this world, just period, there's so many deadly, dangerous things. There's so much nature and like a bunch of stuff from all different primes. So it's really, really dangerous. Nice. So You know it's best to keep watch at night. May I ask, who would like to take first watch, if anyone?
I'll do it.
Okay. Right. And who would like to take second watch, if anyone? Ladrin? Okay. And anyone for third and final watch? Duna. Okay. Oh, Faye, are you doing first and third? Because you just need your 4 hours. Okay.
I mean, I can.
It's up to you. All right, Theodore, go ahead and make a perception check for first watch. You settle in, you set up your tents and your bedrolls. You found a large enough plateau of mountain here to camp on.
15.
Okay. All right. There's a lot of sound, clacking sounds of wildlife. Just kidding. There's a lot in the air, but nothing seems to approach a very small section of mountain plateau. In that first watch, Ladrin, may I ask for a perception check, please?
Yeah. It's thinking. Okay, 14.
Okay, same thing.
Could have been better.
Yeah, nice. You hear some terrible, some animalistic but almost humanoid screeching sounds in the distance. You know that there are harpies that live in this mountain range, and it definitely sounds like some harpies. No, some of the harpies very friendly. They're not mindless creatures. Other ones are just live in very territorial, like micro tribes. Many don't. They live in much larger settlements and trade even with Crystalbrook. But you're kind of far up the mountain here where they haven't been exposed to a lot of other species and contacts. So something to keep an eye out for. But
Okay.
the watch goes by safely. Tuna, may I have you roll perception, please?
Okay, 22.
Nice. Okay. You're watching no trees here because it's just a sort of a plateau portion of the mountain without any trees around. Sharp slopes around you and below, jagged bits of stone in areas, and there's at least twice that as you're looking, you catch the eye line of a harpy watching you from between stones in the darkness. And they fly away when they're seen. You know, they're humanoid folks with the big talons and such. But it seemed to jar them that you spotted them. Thankfully, they fly away. Right, first 2 days success. We'll do into a 3-day stint here to get through the next leg. I would like to ask everyone to do a general athletics check, please. Things are getting pretty tough now. We're doing some climbing, some near vertical climbing, much more than hiking now. Ladrin, what'd you get?
I'm a broom.
Oh, right, you're on the broom. Yeah, what'd you get in the broom? Legion, you're fine.
I mean, if I wasn't, it was a 4, but it's fine.
Oh my goodness.
It's fine.
You're sort of
terrible.
hovering. Let me ask, are you up above watching for danger, or are you like making little patrols around them to like try and assist if anybody falls?
Probably a mix. Like start like up and then circle back around, just kind of like an overall like first assessing the front and then assessing the back. Like you gotta look from all angles, baby.
Beautiful. Awesome. Nice. Fayora, what'd you get?
3.
3. Excellent. Okay. We're putting a pin in that. Tuna, what'd you get?
16.
16. Okay. It's tough work, Tuna, but you're used to tough work. And you navigate it quite successfully thanks to your purchase of the Titans there. Ladrin, please roll a d6. On odds, you're up above, scouring, looking in the area. Evens, you're like there for support.
Got a 2.
Okay. You're navigating back down, doing your flight path, and Feora loses her strength. That she's, it's one of those weird positions. It's not that she wasn't strong enough to hold herself there, but her foot slipped, and that's too sudden, too much pressure on one little Titan. And she slips and begins to fall. I'm gonna let you, Ladrin, do a dexterity save because it's at least 30 feet down to the next little plateau below Feora.
Okay. We'll try this first, and then I have a backup plan.
Okay.
Shit, where'd it go? 16?
16 is enough.
Okay.
Hey.
I have a spell if I need it. Serena.
Nice. Hi, Serena. Little choppy.
Ladrin, my knight in goth armor.
Nice.
That was the best compliment.
Fair, you start falling, and you're falling back down to the ground as Ladrin swoops in. Suddenly you feel a thud, but it's not the thud of stone. The thud of Ladrin's arm. She's caught you on the broom. And shakily kind of holds the broom upright. I'll let you role play out that beautiful moment.
Kind of like wraps her arms around her, like around her neck, like, thanks, doll.
Welcome.
Nice.
But I know when you see, let's go.
Pack up.
Are you gonna just chill with me now, or do you want to go back and climb again?
Not too much trouble. I'd like to not climb after that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool. But if anyone else falls, like they're screwed. So actually they're not. I have something that we're fine.
Okay.
We're
All
fine.
right. So we'll move to the next 3-day stint, which is rappelling down the other mountainside into the valley.
Nope.
So you set up as best you can. There's it takes a lot of strength, a lot of core strength, a lot of rope management and everything else for one person at a time to do their bit, take turns, move all the gear down. Feora and Ladrin now on the broom. And Dia, are you rappelling down with everyone, or do you have other means to get down the mountainside?
I see. I think I am going to have to propel down the mountain because I don't have fancy magic to go down the mountain.
Okay. May I ask Tuna and Dia to do an athletics check, please? I'm actually going to give you advantage on the way down because of the gear. You've had some experience up the first side of the mountain, and I'll say you can have advantage. Dia, what'd you get? Oh,
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
With advantage?
2 and a 4.
No, Dia. Okay, well, I'm gonna put a pin in that. Tuna, what'd you get?
Well, now I don't want to say. It's a 21.
Oh, so strong!
I'm really not. I only have a +2.
You just didn't know you had a knack for this sort of thing.
Apparently.
Easily repelling and doing everything. Okay, so here is what we're gonna do, because Thea, with that, you lose your grip. The part that you usually don't want any slack in. You're just not comfortable or used to this yet, so just you're free falling down with this, down the length of the rope currently, about 40 feet down to where the next little section is where you're gonna land.
Fuck.
Ladrin's been keeping an eye. Now, you're a little crowded on the broom. I know you've got a secondary option, so make a first roll a d6. On an odds, you're surveying ahead. Evens, you were right there ready to help someone.
3.
Ooh, okay.
No.
So what is it that you wanted to try, Legion? And I'll tell you like what that looks like
And
since you're away.
entangle
Okay.
in a way that helps instead of yeah, because it's
To
a 90-foot
grapple?
range. So if the next spot is 40 foot down, it could kind of come up and like cushion her fall.
Okay.
Sort of.
I
Bunch of
we will
vines.
go for that. At the very least, this is going to keep Dia from, because there was going to be a check when she landed on that. It was a small area to prevent herself from falling further. So this will hold her in that spot as you race down to get within 90 feet and cast that on the ground below Dia. Let's see. I think that's only 46. Dia, can you please roll 46?
Absolutely.
That'll be your. Let me check because I don't want to have you do the wrong thing. And
Could I,
Problem.
with Tuna getting a 21, would I be able to like reach my arm out and try to like grab Dia? I don't know.
Before I do an entangle?
Yeah.
I think that you could definitely. I'll let you do a dexterity saving throw, Tuna, in case you have
Okay.
advantage with that, and in case you're proficient. If you get you were doing so well, I'm gonna set the DC at a 10. If you get a 10 or higher, you'll be able to like swing over to try and help her.
Okay. That is a 15.
Ooh, Ladron, you're getting ready to cast this, and you see Tuna boom, kick off, push themselves to the side to swing around. Dia, you feel yourself free falling. And again, you're hit with
What brought me to this moment? What are my life choices?
right. It's hard to see. Your hair sort of up in your face as you're falling with your back to the ground. And Tuna, they come swinging to the side. You just feel the thud, but not on your back. It's from the side. As Tuna, are you just swinging over to like grab them and secure
Yeah,
them?
I feel like I kind of have like the rope kind of wrapped around my arm sort of, so I can kind of use 2 hands to kind of grab Dia and just kind of pull her like
Nice.
just like
Okay. Wow.
The two of you boom, bounce into the stone a bit, boom, boom, and swing back over to Tuna's side. And Dia, you're looking, but Tuna that's got you with this really strong grip. They've saved you from
I have
fall.
10 strength. Oh god.
Well, this is thank you.
Anytime. It's let me see if I can do something. I'm going to up to 2 willing creatures within 30 feet. Since those 2 are on a broom, I'm going to emboldening bond Dia and Nehru so that they get a D4 on ability checks, saving throws, all that stuff for 10 minutes.
Oh.
Okay.
So.
Beautiful. Thankfully, that is actually going to help Nehru on her check. So Nehru slips a little bit and catches herself. Just shortly after that, it's been extra cautious. The final 3 days are a little scary. There's little events like that, but you all make it down to the other side of the mountain. We're now in the realm of Crestwood Valley. There's quite a journey to be had here. And I'm going to start it off by asking Ladron, you've been given the directions. I'll leave it up to you and the party to discuss who wants to be doing like the checks to make sure you're navigating the way you need to navigate. That's going to be a survival check in case that matters.
Oh, I am proficient in survival. Is anybody else?
I'm not proficient, but I have a +3.
Got a +3 too. So
I don't go outside. My survival's a -1. I have no help.
Nice.
Sounds like me back in 2020. I have a +5. I don't know how much Nehru has.
Take a look. Survival. +3. It's a team of +3s, except Ladrin has +5.
Okay. I mean, that's up to y'all. Like, I would be happy to try to.
This is the safest bet with the modifier.
We can try.
Ladrin says as you scan an incredibly dense forest, so trees maybe 60, 70 feet tall. Very lush, very dense. Good mixture of coniferous trees, beautiful pines here, and then relatively barren deciduous trees in here and there. A lot of growth that seems to stick up even through the snow. Is about, gosh, down here there's probably about a foot of snow on the ground that you're gonna have to walk through. A lot of brush, shrubs, and such. But off we go. Ladrin, please make a survival check for
Be nice to me. 16.
All right, good to know. So you begin the journey on your first day out of, let's see, you came through here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 8 days to get to where you need to go. It's roughly due east, a little bit south. You begin your journey in a direction that you believe to be east. So head on that way. Legion, you just remember a lot of nasty stuff here. Animals, insects, all sorts of different creatures that are very dangerous. It's sort of like a rainforest, except, the tree life is obviously different. Like, everything's out to kill you. So if you want to warn everyone, please feel free to.
This is not being rude, but please shut the fuck up. Okay? We need to be more quiet than normal as much as possible, so you don't die.
I can actually do something about that.
I mean, I may be able to too, but I don't want to waste it right now. What do you have?
I have silence. I can silence this.
That is way better than what I had.
Should I? It only lasts 10 minutes, but
Uh,
if we get near something, I can silence this. How about that? We just keep an eye out.
there we go. And then mine lasts for an hour, but it's like one of 2 spell slots that I have. And so
Yeah, mine is a 2nd level spell slot as well.
oh, rock, paper, scissors.
Yep.
We can
I
just
feel like they'll be
kind of
last ditch
decide.
efforts. We'll just kind of vibe until we get to that point.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Okay. Just
Uh,
again,
mhm.
quiet. I'm pretty sure she would have gone into like a whole, like, it could be this, it could be this, it could be this, it could be this. Here's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Here's how it could kill you. Blah, blah, like, or what she's
Mhm.
guessing, anyways.
Don't touch the
Making it as
berries,
gruesome
Yeah.
as possible.
All right, you navigate through on your very first day. Everyone being super careful thanks to the warnings, and managed to get through without anything jumping out or biting. You begin to set up camp for the night. And I'm just going to say on day 1 here, you're able to go to sleep. Does anyone want to do watch for the night? Who would like to go first? First watch. Ladrin? Okay.
Me.
Second watch? Behora? Okay. Third watch?
I'll
Una?
take 3rd watch. Oh,
Okay. Do you both want to do it, or just one that you want to take? What would you like to do?
you can take it opportunity. I'll sleep.
I mean, you can't see in the dark either, so
That
I worry about that.
Oh.
Not that sounds rude. When I say it out
it's
loud,
fine.
it sounds
No,
rude.
it's
I don't
fine.
mean it.
I
Yes,
understand.
because you can't see in the dark.
No, I meant like I'm worried about. Yeah, okay. I just like sit down and just start praying.
Nice. Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, Ladrin, please make a perception check for first watch. See what's gonna happen here, if anything.
Well,
Hmm.
my passive perception is way higher than what I rolled, which was an 11.
Sorry, this one's
Just-
the yeah.
Well, she's yeah. There you
Um,
go.
First, a lot of animal sounds that kind of die out as it goes from twilight to nighttime, because they're nocturnal ones are on the hunt. They're kind of quiet. Keep a careful eye out. Nothing seems to happen during your watch, thank goodness. Which you go ahead and get Feyor next.
17.
Okay. Dia, can I ask you to make a perception check as you're this is at disadvantage as you're sleeping, please?
Me?
Mhm,
Okay.
So you're keeping an eye out. Dia, what'd you get? Oh no.
A 4.
Okay, good. Okay. Fayora, you're keeping a careful eye out, very perceptive, and you watch maybe a four-legged animal of some sort doing its thing in the distance, but doesn't round over near your campsite. Safe. Let me see if this with the okay, all right, thank you, Dia. Tuna, can you roll a perception check, please?
16.
Okay, same thing. Relatively uneventful. Thankfully, you're keeping a very careful eye. You see some medium to smaller predators, but you go over there and give them a scare, and they and they run away. Morning comes around. Nehru wakes up. Dia wake up. Dia, you have an itch on your neck. Yeah.
God, this is why.
Mhm.
Oh, I hate.
It hurts so much when you go to scratch it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Not to one. I think I've been wounded.
What'd you do?
I slept. Is that hazardous now in the outside?
I'm
Adrian, you can make a medicine check if you want.
yes, I would be happy to.
Is it
try.
oozing?
Well, I rolled so well. It was a big old 5. Probably wouldn't know what's happening right now.
Could I try and take a look?
You know what? I'll say as a backup, if anyone is proficient in medicine, they can make a check.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so Ladrin just had the opportunity because she's been here. But Nehru can. Tuna, are they proficient?
I'm not proficient. I have a +3, but I'm not proficient.
Okay. All right. Nehru's half proficient being a bard, so we'll 11. Nehru, I think that what you have is, I think it's a spider bite.
Oh God, is it going to lay eggs in me now? What happened?
Well, it looks like it was. I don't know if it was mildly poisonous, or if it's just your body's reaction to the bite, but it looks very irritated.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel
Is this something
sick? Your
I,
stomach?
I'm starting to. I don't know if that means anything. It just happened because you started saying it. I'm just feeling it itches, and I'm feeling rather concerned. Is the world shrinking? Am I going to die? I can't die out in the woods. I really can't. I'm not prepared for that in my life plan.
I think if it was that poisonous, you'd already be gone. So you're probably safe.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye
I do
on
have
it.
an herbalism kit if it helps. I don't know if
You
it would help.
proficient in the herbalism kit?
Mhm.
Feyor is like 2 seconds away from like choke. Like Quiet.
I guess roll a wisdom check, Ladrin, which should be up your alley. Just a wisdom check.
The way I've been
Uh,
rolling, we'll see.
You can add your proficiency modifier because you're proficient with it. This is just to see like if you know of anything to apply for this. To apply. Oh. Yeah, 18.
23.
23.
So total 23.
Nice. Yeah, you can make something to help the irritation. I guess not the irritation, but you can probably do away with the itch at the very least. You've got a cream, you put it on a leaf, and you apply it, damp leaf, so it dries and stays on there.
Oh, very cool.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry.
It's fashion
Okay, but
accessory,
yes,
I
yeah,
believe.
just like.
Oh, I was just going to say, if I turn into a giant spider, the adventurer's attic goes to my apprentice. And you all can maintain your discounts if I've given them to you. I
was just gonna say, yes, I'll kill you if.
Yes, I will kill you. What?
Bold.
That's amazing. All right, let me make a mark of this. This is that was night 1. All right. And then we're at 8 days, so 7 nights.
I will say, since that was at the beginning or at the end of a long rest, that would be when I prepared my spells. Could I, if I don't want to like cheat it because I haven't even prepared my spells until we do a long rest where we're about to do something after. Could I take protection from poison for my spell that morning? Could I say like that happened while I was praying for
absolutely.
Okay. So I am going to, just in case, I'm just gonna put my hand on Dia and just cast protection from poison. And if you are poisoned at all from that, it's neutralized now. So,
all right. Oh,
just in case that was a hidden effect that you had going on.
Oh, nice. You know how when you apply hydrogen peroxide to like an abrasion or something, it bubbles? Bubbles come out of the wound at that. You feel it kind of like draining a little bit down your.
Really unpleasant. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Every day we spend out here just makes me feel a particular kind of way.
Yeah, I hate camping so much. It's so bad.
Just here though.
Years off of poor Dia's human life.
Dia's going through it.
It's so true.
Excellent.
It's just here though. Anywhere else, it's fine. Like nature's so pretty. It's just here that it's really disgusting.
From paintings, I believe nature is beautiful. I've seen it 100 times though.
Listen.
Beautiful.
Listen.
Nearby, maybe 45 feet, you hear what sounds like a terrible scratching. Like an animal, maybe 3.5 feet long, 2 feet tall, can be seen through the shrubs. It appears to be a large cat scratching the ground, bearing its shame. And that's where we'll take our bio break. Boom! Check out.
I knew it. I freaking knew it. I didn't know right away.
But you knew it.
But you knew.
The farther we got into it, I was like, it's gonna be like some animal peeing, and it's gonna be a bio break.
As you do. As you do.
Awesome. Well, for anyone that is new here, we take about a 10-minute bio break. Our audio will be hot, so you can chat with us if you want. But otherwise, we'll catch you in about 10 minutes.
Bye.
Catch you soon.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go off.
It's a fun, it's an interesting way to live.
If those suggestions lead to popcorn, I'm all for it.
Yeah, right? It's a win so far. Nice. Okay. Well, spider bite depoisoned, thanks to Tuna.
Yes.
And de-itched, thanks to Ladrin. So what are you doing, Feora? Just kidding. Burn. I'm just kidding.
Watching the madness go down, I guess.
Well, this is interesting. Yeah.
This is a fun little reality TV show.
All right, let me roll for day 2 here. While Ladrin, you roll for survival to make sure to see if we're heading in the right direction. Ooh, okay.
Come on, come on.
What'd you get?
A natural 1.
Oh, you can still
For
add your
a
modifiers. Yeah.
6.
6, okay. All right. Well, you set off in a direction you firmly believe to be mostly east. And the journey continues.
Okay, I don't know my directions in real life, so this is on par.
Nice.
Fine.
Yeah. You begin the journey through the day. Much more of this really dense forest, heavy shrubbery. You might even need a blade out to kind of cut your way through some portions. Really nothing that's seen any sort of trail or trodden areas at all down in this portion. But you push on, you continue on. Oh, right, I'm so sorry. Silly me. In Discord, let me put this map that I made for this, since, that might be handy. Okay, there you go. In Discord, you'll have to do the full open in a browser probably. You arrived in the northwestern portion, and you were heading, you arrived in the western portion, just a little bit above the center. So you'll see that patch of dead trees there and stuff. You're on the southern inline with the base of that all the way to the west. This is your second day of travels. You're in the next hex grid here. And making your way through. Legion, this is roughly how you remember after kind of going through here and exploring it years ago. You know that there's a ruined, like an abandoned village down in the southwest. You remember spotting some ruins somewhere to the near the center, a little southeast of the center. And you remember that strange patch of the trees appear dead. But the thing that would have taken you, a little bit by surprise is that they are in fact living off of something. They have a very tarry ichor-like sap that they're alive. They're releasing the sap regularly. But you don't have to worry about that because you're days away from that right now and a little south of it. So you can continue on. Okay, yeah, with that roll, you are safe to make it through the day. You set up shop one more time. You've got 6 more nights here. This is one of them. Same watches as before. And Dia, does anything change for you? It doesn't have to, but just want to ask.
I'll collect firewood and stuff. And set up tents, and I would like to contribute if I can.
Nice.
But I don't think I would be much able to contribute in the looking out for things.
Nice. Okay. Ooh, sounds good. Oh man, I forgot to mention that. That was such a cool part. I'm gonna just add in a little flavor. It's just a flavor thing, but it's one of the cool parts of this world. I'm just gonna take us back as you all settle up. You set up camp for the night. You begin to, someone mentions that, and you talk about how when you were near the peaks of the clouds, the peaks of the mountains, where the clouds sort of, pass through, and you had to walk through portions of cloud. Some clouds at a certain altitude, the clouds, something about them made them dense enough to walk on in certain areas. It's sort of considered like thin ice. If there's enough ice, you're fine to walk across the cloud if it's dense enough. If it's not, you could break through that surface tension and fall through. But, you know, someone would have at least, whether or not you tested it fully, that's up to you. But it's one of the cool things just about the world at a certain altitude, likely influence of some primordial, they become dense enough to walk on. So that's out there.
That's cool.
Okay, Ladrin, perception check, please, as everyone settles in for the night. Roll for tonight.
Okay, that's a little. I'm changing these dice. 14 total.
14. Okay. Your shift goes by without much ado. Switching is to Feora. Feora, at what point are you trancing? During the first shift or during the third shift?
I'll do it during the third.
Third, you say? Yeah. Okay. All right, your shift is up. Can you make a perception check, please? Yeah, as you're settling in for sleep, thankfully the bite doesn't itch anymore, and it's, you know, it's not poison, but it kind of hurts. It's under the leaf, like the fresh leaf has been changed out, you know, and before bed, under the leaf of that medicine on there, it stings. It stings, and when you move your head to get, you know, try and get you know, it hurts. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I understood. I think that'll just might lead into the next day. I think. Well, I'll wait to describe it once the day is done. Once you come in the morning.
Okay. All right. Favor, what'd you get then?
17.
Okay. The shift goes by. There's you spot a couple of creatures that walk by, and you're not sure if it's just that you've been out in this nature for you know, almost 2 weeks now, or what it is, but you keep catching sight of something moving, but when you look, there's nothing there. That's, you know, you're not sure what that was that caught your eye, but there's nothing there. So you go to do your trance as Tuna comes in. Tuna, can you make
Luck has run out. That is an 11.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you you know, you're kind of getting accustomed to this a little bit, where you scare off some of the smaller predators. There's one that's small enough where you feel pretty confident you can scare it off, but you know, as it kind of like stands up on its hind, it's sort of like a bulldog but a little bigger. It stands up. It's maybe like 5 feet tall, as it stands up in a lot of muscle, and it's might be a little nerve-wracking, but it does ultimately run away. But maybe a little more than you bargained for when you initiated the scare off. Feora, as you're in this your trance, right? The final 4 hours that bring us up to like whatever that is, 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. Still dark. You're off in your own space. Do you go in a tent to do that? Do you kind of find a nice spot like elsewhere? You trying to all stay close?
Probably be in a tent, but close by.
Okay. Well, where did I put this? So you enter your... Okay. You know, part of it, you settle in, you close your eyes, and you find that peaceful place to recover your vitality, let your brain organize everything that you've experienced in the day, and there's been quite a bit past couple of weeks. It sounds like, you know, maybe Tuna's talking to themselves, or, you know, maybe it's Ladrin, you know, talking in her sleep, as you know, you've discovered she does. Sorry, Ladrin. Just kidding. If you don't want to talk in your sleep, you don't have to. But some mumbling, some like speaking in the distance keeps catching your attention. You break free, then you listen, you don't hear it. And then back to trance, peaceful, silence. You let the sounds of the jungle fade away, and then loud and crisply in your ear, remember. A person saying remember in your ear, and not just any person. It's the voice of your mentor. And that you open your eyes. At your tent.
Feel like my heart kind of like pounding in my throat, and I try to like calm myself. I thought that was shit. Then she gets out of the tent and kind of starts, trying to continue the day.
Okay. You're step away from your trance. Clear your mind. Not quite at the end of your trance, maybe midway through. So you step out. You see Tuna, still like, doing clang clang, get out of here. Some of the,
like baiting pots and pans. Like, I got a wooden spoon on a pot, just boom.
With success. A bunch of some minor predators that scurry away.
Feyre is looking at Tuna like just kind of turns back into the tent.
Yeah, okay.
They got this under control. Yeah. You head back into the tent, and I assume to get your long rest, you continue your trance, and your mind's kind of stuck now on your mentor. Eyes closed. You're envisioning different times, throughout your experiences in life with your mentor, and you hear a throat clear. The tent. You open your eyes or no? Sitting about 3 feet across from you is your mentor. Not in appearance, rather, your mentor appears as you first met them, decades younger than the last time you saw them. Not in a striking silver gold trimmed outfit that he wore in his later years, but instead the clothing he was wearing when you first met him back on that fateful day. Kind of, flips some hair to the side, looks at you. Where are you from? Where's he? That's Ayvaline-ish. You've got some skill there. I think you could put it to better use.
What are you doing here? How are you here?
I'm here to help you. And then you're looking at him, but instead suddenly he's next to you in your ear, and he says again, to remember. And he's gone from here, and you almost instinctively know what he's talking about. These memories start to resurface. Memories from when you were a child. Memories from before the Sundered. Back when your parents died. When you were only 6. When you had so many responsibilities in a war-torn world thrust on you when they died. And you remember, after that terrible day, you started experiencing something. You started seeing people that other people did not see. You started hearing voices of people that other people did not hear. And as these memories resurface, you remember them. I mean, you've always just considered them as feverish memories of your child beset with that level of trauma. But you remember that these persisted. You spent so much time hoping as you realized that these are the spirits of people that have departed, hoping and wishing that it would be your parents. But that never came to be. But then the sundering happened, and you and your small group were thrust into this new world with many others. And over those next 6 years, you traveled to discover a place to settle instead of just fending day by day, a place that would later become known as Ayvaline. And while you traveled, the groups and numbers grew in size, and as they did, the more you were returned to a sense of relative peace and safety and surrounded with more people, these experiences drifted away and became memory. Some 100 and how number of years ago now, distant memory, but you have remembered. And you once again, softly in the distance, hear spirits of the lost, voices just on the edge of your hearing. You know, if you were to call to them, perhaps someone answered, someone talk. And you know that moments ago, that was indeed the spirit, the lost soul of your mentor that returned to help you remember.
I don't even know what to say. She's just kind of sitting there, like, mentally cataloging that it wasn't just fever dreams and imaginary friends, and in fact, actually, people that she was seeing and experiencing.
You able to finish the rest of your trance out a relatively shaky state? Did you get your long rest? Yeah. Hype for that that subclass. Mm-hmm. And you set out in the morning. Let's see, Tuna wrapping up their watch successfully. Tuna looks, I mean, Tuna, would you be at all shaken from that experience? I mean, it's a minor thing. Or are you like,
I feel like I'm trying very hard to play it cool. I'm more embarrassed than anything.
oh.
I feel like I'm not really shaken. I'm just like
Mm-hmm.
totally normal. Nothing happened that you guys need to worry about. That banging, you didn't hear it. Nothing happened.
Perfect. I love that. Okay. So you all kind of congregate around the campfire. Set it light. There's coffee to be made. There's like morning rations, such. Ladrin, so once in the morning, once at night, you got to check this spider bite. You want to do that this morning, or do you want to pass that to anyone else? Or does anyone else step up?
Yes. But I figured because Feyor and I are like besties or whatever,
Mhm.
that she would have picked up, not knowing what's going on, but like there's a vibe, right? And I'm just imagining like the 30 Rock episode where what's his face is taking the broom to Tina Fey, like they're there.
Oh yeah, yeah, Jack. Yeah, they're there.
They're there. Like that's all I'm doing to her back. Like
You
they're
feel
there.
scratching yourself a broom.
I do have a broom, that's right. Like
Mhm.
they're there.
You
But
turn
with her
back to
hand
see Ladrin.
instead. Yeah. I don't know
Feyor
what's
kinda,
going
like,
on, but
turns
they're
back
there.
with like tears welling up in her eyes.
I'm not equipped for this.
Nice.
Um,
It's a new thing
Gee.
too, because Feora isn't equipped for that either. Like, and all the time we've known each
No.
other.
Are you injured? Do you need a medicine check?
No, I'll be okay. Just rough.
Do you need
rough night.
Gregory? Do you need some tea? I'm gonna make you some tea. Would you like some whiskey? Do we have whiskey? I'm sure I have it in a pouch. I will go. Hold on. So she's gonna go wait for the tea to brew, and in between, oh bless you. In between that, she'll go check Dia's bug bite.
Okay.
Make sure it's not oozy.
So, yeah, we got to stick with that other medicine check. So you're not really sure what to really look for, but you do know what to do with the alchemy side of it. So it's a change this morning, Latrin. So Dia, you're,
Oh.
I assume, are you kind of awake and letting her check this? What's your take on?
Yeah, I think even if Dia is like expression wise not mentioning anything, I think every now and again you get like this shock as you touch my skin, kind of like when you build up too much static electricity. There's just not enough to hurt, but it's just like every time there's just like a there's like a tentative shock.
Really?
That's awesome. Okay. So you're kind of working through that.
Listen,
mhm.
it's too much for me today. Fine.
Knocking things
Okay.
over.
Amazing. You do notice as you peel the old plant off, it's gotten dry, it's brittle now, and you go to clean off the medicine, but even before you get to that point, you can tell there's a change as there's it's swollen. The area is relatively swollen. It's maybe, like a golf ball size bump, but like more a slope. It's gotten moderately big, not poisoned, as you know, thanks to Tuna's work, and all, but it's just, I mean, you know how nasty things are here, when you get a bite, you got a bite. So it's a bit swollen, looks kind of painful. Dia, you're probably feeling that pain a little more so this morning, especially here.
Understood. Okay. So it's just irritation and pain now. Good.
Pain builds character.
You can add some pain relief stuff on there too later in the time around if you want. Inflammatory medicines, such. Just, I mean, there's nothing you can do except let the body do its thing. You patch it back up 2 leaves, kind of overlap now to kind of cover it.
Here, and then boom.
But it's cleaned up nicely, and so you carry on for the day. Ladrin, can you please roll a survival check for today? Remove another
switch
knife
dice.
counter.
Okay, I changed my dice. 13.
13. Okay.
Mhm.
You mark sort of like in your head where you think you are. and where you think you should go, and lead everyone in that direction, and carry on for the day. Is there any sort of marching order as you're all walking? I mean, there's plenty of room to just walk side by side, in front and back, whatever you want. But is there any general, like, I want to be in front?
I would just be wherever Feora is at the moment. Again, with my like, they're there.
With the broom.
Making sure that they're okay.
Mhm.
Like,
Definitely
Gregory,
toward. Oh, I was just saying, definitely. I was gonna say for my marching order, probably like in the back, or middle. Just have other people buffer me. It's been a trip. Oh,
Nice.
you got it.
Okay. And Tuna?
I'll take up the front since I have the shield.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, in case I imagine you've all seen it before, but Tuna has a really interesting shield. It's as you can see in the imagery, the character portrait, that's it. Brain flatline for a minute. Has a big chunk taken out of the edge. Still like structurally sound. And you've watched Tuna do some really incredible things with a sword and shield. Even using that like to catch weapons in and like, pull parry blows and stuff. So but yeah, it's just an interesting shield take. Nehru continuing along, doing her best to not hum or sing or other things as just a second nature thing, I feel. um, Trying to keep, some spirits up here and there. And so you carry on. Tuna, because you're in front. I'm sorry, let me quickly check. What's your passive perception, Tuna?
15.
Okay. Very good. In that case, quickly, let's get the, first of all, shame on me for sleeping on the ambiance. Here we go. Here you go, players. We get some great forest action here. All right. Keep that up for our viewers to listen to that. Just some subtle forest action. Tuna, you come across an area that actually has a very, very rough path for like wagon width, a little more like 2 wagon width paths. It's been trodden a little bit. You can tell it doesn't really see that many people, but this is likely it's heading south and probably runs all the way down to like the Crystal Brook area of the mountains. I'm not sure how far north it goes because it goes north as well, but there's a bit of a bend around. You kind of carefully step out of the woods of this little, 12-foot wide clearing of trees. The snow doesn't seem to have too much here. The snow in this area is a little thinned out further away from like the actual mountain range, so maybe an inch or 2 of snow. You don't see any fresh tire marks here, but some that were probably made, within the past months or something, somewhere around here. Not that. But around the corner, up about 70 feet, takes a sharp turn and continues north. You see an overturned cart, and you hear some sounds of very slight shuffling. Overturned, crates knocked open, no sign of animals, just the cart, the wagon. It's clearly at one point was a horse-drawn wagon. Completely overturned, wheel was broken, and all the boxes and crates that were on it smashed. And again, like shuffling from behind or underneath. this?
I'll just kind of stop and just kind of hold my hand up to the group, like, hold on a second. And then I'll just very quietly say, "This shuffling under that wagon. Do you hear that?"
Anyone with 14 or higher passive perception will be able to hear this. Oh dear, no!
I have a 15.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Ladrin will acknowledge you too, and I'm like,
Sure. Do you want to I'm talking softly, but like, do you want to go investigate or like find another way around? Because I don't trust a lot of things in this area.
Yeah. But what if it's a dispatch from someone else?
What are we whispering about?
The thing under the carriage that used to be a cart carriage thing.
you can make a perception roll, Dia, if you want, now that you're aware of it. And Tuna, if you're listening intently, instead of passively picking up, you can do a roll too if you want. See if it's higher.
Yeah, I feel like I would try to be. That's
Same for Feyre.
persuasion. Hold on.
Oops.
Let me-
Dia, what'd you get?
A natural 1, which is 0.
Oh, I thought it couldn't get worse. Oh no. Okay, yeah, nope. I don't know what they're
Got a
doing.
9.
I'll just be over here.
Awesome. Tuna, what'd you get?
Well, it was a 15 persuasion, but a 9 perception.
Nice. Well, it's only now that you're all aware and you're listening, it's relatively quiet. So an 8 is the DC. So Feyor and Tuna actually do hear. Now, Ladrin, are you doing a specific perception check to listen or no? You don't have to.
I mean, why not?
Okay.
Let's do it.
8's the number. Meet or beat.
Good. I got a 10.
Okay.
Things are not rolling in my favor tonight. Come on.
I mean, it's very soft. It's very hard to hear. It's not just shuffling. It's very quiet, small humming.
I'm not equipped for this. Okay, I say we go over, check it out, but someone else has to like deal with that.
I think we should proceed with caution in case.
What are we talking about?
They're crying. Shush.
So, there's so many emotions today that I'm going to catch it next and I can't. So we're going to check to see who's crying and someone else has to console them with caution. Oh, the caution.
The moment it's clarified that someone is crying and might be trapped, I think nothing's wrong. I'm gonna immediately go try to help them.
Okay.
Oh,
Nero
Jesus Christ.
will probably go with you, like behind you, because you're here. I
Mhm.
want you to take lead. But just to make sure that, I feel like Nero would too. So she'll follow you. You head up and you see this cart's devastated and clearly intentionally overturned. This isn't like an accident where it's like a bunch of bludgeoning damage because it rammed into something. This was stopped and ransacked. You see the marks of an axe and sword on the crates that have been open. The linens inside that protected whatever goods were in there before, a little tattered and torn from the cuts, but empty. If you go around the back of the wagon, it's tipped up, got knocked over upside down, and it's up at an angle over a stone. And you want to look underneath with Hero?
Yeah, absolutely.
Underneath a blanket, little tiny something relatively small under a blanket, seems to be shivering in the cold and sobbing, but covered in the
Nope.
blanket.
Yeah. Like, hello? It's all right. We're friends.
Blanket pulled up and a little girl's face peeked out. Who are you?
Hello. My name's Dia. Are you okay?
I'm, no, no, I don't think so.
It's all right. What's your name?
It's, El Quasar. My mom told me to hide until the people were gone. My mom out there.
I don't see her right now, but I'm sure we'll be able to find her. Can you come out from under there?
Oh, okay. Comes out, keeping the blanket wrapped around. She seems to be maybe 7 or 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do an insight check.
And also, do I know that name, Kusar?
No,
If
I mean
there's
it's
a roll.
not a super unique name. You've heard it around, but not this one.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Feor's guard is kind of down after like an emotional morning. So she kind of like runs up, like tucks the blanket back up around her, kind of like offers her arm up to pick her up.
Insight check. Oh my god.
Oh, go right ahead, Latrin. As you kind of come around, like, seeing, Feora run up and Dia like helping this girl out. So you were picking her up.
16.
Like,
is this legit?
Seems like.
Is this a real child?
Yeah.
Listen,
Seems like a real child.
Too many scary movies.
Not a bear,
y'all. Too many scary movies.
Yeah.
Don't trust this.
She seems genuinely pretty frightened, pretty cold, a little disoriented. My mom, my mom told me to hide until the people that were coming to attack us. I guess told me to everything went sideways and she told me to hide, and I did, just over in the woods. But then after the people left, I came back over and hid under here because it was a little safer and warmer. I've just been waiting for my mom to get me, but
Later goes and collects firewood, like twigs, branches, whatever, to like set up around this child, and does like produce flame to try to start a little campfire.
Oh, right, she's up on Feora now.
Well, I still have started a campfire.
Thank you. Oh, that was, can we? It looks at Feora.
Yeah, she brings her over closer.
Okay.
Can Feora check her for like any injuries?
Yeah, make a medicine check. Wait, I fell asleep under there, and
15.
Okay. You can tell that she's been cold for a bit. She's very, very cold to the touch. Complexion is a pallor to her, complexion. Almost a little blue on the lips too. Very, very cold. Seems to be warming up by the fire now.
I grab like some extra clothes like from another set to kind of like put around her.
Sure. He seems to relax as she's getting warmed up.
I have a blanket in my gear that I'll kind of not. I'll hand it to Feora.
Nice.
I feel like Tuna's kind of hanging back a little bit.
Thank you.
Feora's in like a mom mode kind of deal. She's like, like asking her if she's hungry. She's like putting stuff around her, warming her up.
Hey, for what it's worth, Feora seems very good at this. Falls right into
Interesting.
We were, my mom and I were going to our new home. It's just up the way a bit. Um, and oh, Shivers rubs her arms a bit. We were heading there, and we were moving in. It's our new home. We've made a few trips, and this is our last one. Still kind of almost looking around for her mom. I mean, did my mom send you? Is she at the house already?
Oh boy.
We'll have to go and take a look. Is there anyone that's waiting for you at your new home?
Maybe me other mum. Um, I don't know if she's there yet.
Can I, like, while they're doing this, go look around like a like do sort of, God, I'm not good at investigation. See if I see tracks, bodies, something else that's obvious.
Okay. Make a survival check if you would. We'll see what you spot.
I want to check around too, but I don't want to take the kid with me in case like the mom's dead body is somewhere. I don't want to traumatize them.
I'll stay with her.
A 7, Ladrin?
9.
A 9. Okay. The path. So there's a lot, that you see in this area, but nothing that seems to lead anywhere. More like probably other people on wagons and other things. But this road is really tamped down from some of that travel from about a month ago. So you're not sure like exactly how recent this happened. It could be any time from like as recently as like half a week to go to a month. You can't really tell. It's based on the snowfall. No longer than a month. No more recently than 3 days.
Okay.
But you can make a survival check too if you'd like.
Also a 9.
Okay, same thing.
Doing great.
But I if your mom didn't send you, maybe something happened and you had to go to the house. Maybe she didn't know where I was because I was in the woods there hiding at first, and thought maybe I'd come back to the house. It's about 2 days from here, up the road. Could I ask for? Would you help me get there?
I'll look to everyone else. I'm like,
I'm looking at Joel.
Like, I'm just like, shit. Yes, I.
Okay, we're doing this.
We can't leave her here, right?
No.
Faye has like her hands over the kid's ears.
Smart. I still have. I'm wary. I'm wary about this. Wary. I'm wary and wary.
I'm not saying it's a great idea, but can you really feel okay walking away from this kid?
No. But I don't trust this kid.
That's fine.
Something I'm still convinced something is not right. And I could be wrong. That's fine. Love to be proven wrong.
We could just go with our guard up, but I cannot leave this kid here. This is, and she's,
Then
half
it
dead
sounds
here.
like it's set that we are going to help.
I do also want to say, in fairness to the kid's credibility, if this was like a trap kind of thing, I don't think that she'd be like as cold as she is. Like if this was a setup by an adult or something, what good is a dead kid for a trap? They'd be keeping her warm enough to where she wouldn't be slowly dying as a result. I feel, anyways.
What's that?
Nothing, darling.
Wait.
She's trying to. Layden will now do like controlled flames on the campfire to try to distract the kid with like animal shapes coming out of the fires while she's trying to like talk to people. Anyways, like
Then we keep our up. We know this was foul play, but I think the best course of action would be to help this child back to her home.
Tuna.
I'm trying to make myself look as small as possible right now. I'm fully aware that I'm a very scary person. So I'm just like hanging towards the back, being very quiet. Yeah, whatever we need to do.
All right.
I take my hands off and, ask her, like, do you know what direction your new home is?
It's up the road. It's about 2 days. Mm-hmm.
Before we head out, can we check and see if there's, like, anything left in the cart?
You take a look around, there's nothing. It's been cleaned out.
Do the marks look like are these done by, I can't remember what you said, like axes or like animal? Swords and axes. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay.
It'll take you a little bit off path. It's effectively, as she'll direct you, the road just, you don't really have to be directed. The road goes north and then northeast. You're still kind of heading east, but you'd be peaking up a little bit. It'll probably add 2 days to your travel time.
That's fine.
Yep.
Curses.
It is what it is.
At the little girl. You want me to hold you, or do you want to walk?
I've always just one of my moms lets me sit in the front of the wagon. The other one thinks it's not very safe. So I guess if I could have a ride, but I'll walk when I need to. I'm a big girl.
Feor's heart just kind of like, and she picks her up and
she's like 6, so you get like the legs and the arms, like little monkey. And you continue your journey through Crestwood Valley. So it's a little more, different vibe, different energy today as you navigate the dangers. There aren't quite as many because, again, this is sort of a road cleared and it's been in use long enough where, a lot of the wildlife that is cognizant enough to, to be aware of this, like, steers clear, sort of. They'll cross it and stuff, but they won't really hunt here or anything. So as the girl, begins, kind of warms up, gets that color back to her skin and everything, and gets a little more chatty, kind of chats with each of you. I like the gold on you, Mr. Dia. It's really pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Is it paint? I get paint on my face sometimes. It doesn't look pretty like that.
Oh, yeah, it's something that yes, it is. You don't have to worry about it. It takes hours to get ready in the morning because of it.
Really neat. And, she'll just kind of fire off comments, like assessing everybody, like talk about Nehru's wings. Nehru's probably going to play some song or I feel like that would click in softly, And I think, is Gregory out? Okay. She'll definitely comment on Gregory. Are they your friend? Asked Ladrin.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they?
A special kind of gargoyle that changes colors.
changes colors.
So Gregory, I'm assuming is like a blue-ish right now, and then we'll kind of go back and forth from like a purple to a green. Just kind of filling it out.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it doesn't burn.
Doesn't burn it.
It's all
Incredible. Oh wow.
he's sweet.
Oh, can I? Is it alright if? Can I pet him? Does he like to like have a? Can I pat him or pet him?
Ladrin's never been asked this before. Gregory.
You and Gregory look at each other like.
I don't. What the? I just kind of hold my hand out to see if Gregory hops on it. I'm assuming maybe we can try.
We'll just have some fun, and if Gregory's willing, we'll pet. Oh, it's
Sure.
like stone or.
Something. I don't really know.
That's right. I haven't felt that before. What does he eat?
He's very special. Does he eat? No.
Oh.
Really? Do they? No, I don't think so.
Probably not. No.
No.
Is it alright if I eat? I'm getting a little hungry.
Yes, you
Taylor,
should
like,
go
immediately
see.
grabs
You
her
should go
ration out
see
from
her.
bag.
Right.
Kind of like squats down and like holds it in front of him. Like, do you want to eat any of this? Does any of this look good?
Okay. And she just grabs everything. She'll eat like most of it, but then she's gonna go approach Tuna with like, I don't know. I know they're not French fries, but I'm picturing little sticks of food because they're like, you know, treat kind of food. And just pull on the yellow cloth of your petticoat part there.
I'll just kind of look down and realize there's a child and be like, hi.
I thought maybe you're hungry too. And she'll hold it up for you.
I'll like crouch down to her level and take it from her and be like, that is so kind of you. Thank you so much. But really, you need this. You're growing still. You know, we've eaten plenty.
Let's she'll take it and snap it. We'll share. My mom says it's important to share.
I'll take it and just kind of like cheers it to the other one.
Oh,
And take a bite.
Are you okay? She's kind of looking up at your broken horn.
Oh yeah, it's from an and I'll kind of touch it and be like, it's from an old accident. It doesn't hurt.
No.
It's I'm all right.
I the other day I fell really bad and I hurt my knee, and it didn't break my knee like that, but it had a scratch on it for a while. And
Yeah.
does it still hurt?
No. I'm just gonna kind of reach up and touch it and remember when we were in the healing waterfall that it kind of tingled a little bit.
There's a little bit of regrowth there, like
Yeah,
just a
and just be
tiny
like,
bit.
No, it doesn't. It's actually, I think it might be starting to get better finally.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm really glad. I think they're really, can I grow those when I get older?
You might can, you know. I've had mine for a while, but you know, when I got a certain age, they started sprouting. So.
All right, I'll just wish really hard. Squeeze. A wish. Well, I'm gonna share with everyone, and then this is for you. She becomes a little like commander of snacks. Like, this is yours, and this is half for you, and then passes them around to everybody. Right, now we can fill all of our tummies, and get to Mummy's house. And so that's kind of the energy of the day. A little distraction from the other stuff. Until you
Hey,
get.
if this child betrays us, I'm quitting the stream.
I
Dan's
swear to
gonna
God.
get killed. Yeah.
Listen,
I'll murder
we got
him.
the A-OK that the child is a real child, so.
Not a
Well-
bear. Yeah.
It still could be a lich. We never know.
Oh my goodness.
Stop. Stop. You can't
What an
handle it.
awful long game.
Listen,
Yeah.
anything is possible. Ladrin's been hurt before. I trust
Ladrin,
nothing.
what's happened to Ladrin?
Don't know.
What are the children doing where you live?
Oh my goodness.
I can't tell you.
Oh, well, you finish your day's travel with that kind of energy, and you're able to set up camp, and she wants to help out as much as she can. I mean, it's not really what she can do, right? But she's offering. She's excited. You give her little twigs to throw on the campfire and some other stuff. And you all get to settle in for another night of sleep. Later, of course, you change out the wound thing again. Still looking, pretty swollen. But you haven't had the pain today, thank goodness, thanks to the additional stuff. It's been wearing out the past hour and a half, so yeah, put the next one on. And you get the
This is so gross.
step as you're you're working on it, Ladrin. Hey, watches same as usual. Ladrin, please make a perception check. First watch. This.
Switch these dice out again. Come on. Oh, did not take. That is hilarious. Okay, so the new dice didn't hop over, but I rolled a nat 20. So 25.
Nice. Okay, you see you're camping just off the road. Gives you some great vantage points where you're at. It's on a hill, it's slightly elevated. Everything around it is downhill. You get a really good shot through the trees. Excuse me. Thankfully, nothing approaches the tent tonight on your watch. You keep a very careful eye. And your first watch goes by without any incident. The Feora, you're next. Perception check if you would.
One.
Okay. Same thing. Great vantage point. You keep a careful eye. The only sound that can be heard is the faint snoring of the little girl in her tent there. little kid snore. Yep, you finish your thing and switch out with Tuna. Of course, tell Kassar is like sleeping sideways now, like hanging out of the sleeping bag. And you kind of get her situated back, and then you do your trance. Tuna, can you roll a perception check for me?
That was a 14.
Okay, nice. Same thing, clear. Shot around. Goes by without any issue tonight. None at all, thankfully. Which brings us to the morning. You've traveled a day towards this house. You have one more day of travel to get to this house. Anything
I just want
anyone
to
wants?
say, Tuna is the first thing in the morning sitting there. Like, y'all come out of the tent, and they're just sitting there with a pot and a wooden spoon, just ready. Like, they're prepared this time. Like, just waiting for it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, anything anyone wants to do this morning? You should come out of your tents and start the day.
I would like to check on Feora, but only like the vibe. Make sure like she's still good.
What's the vibe today, Feora?
Kind of hacked away the other stuff for now. Like, most of her mental energy is going towards this kid. Like, are they okay? Are they warm? Do they need this? Do they need that? Like, just kind of throwing herself into taking care of the kid so she doesn't have to think about that.
Compartmentalization. Okay.
Yep.
This is why they get along so well. They do the same exact shit whenever emotions come up. Like, just get away. Deal with it later. Cool. Okay. That's all she was gonna check up on and make sure everyone else is good.
Okay. Legion, as you're gonna go clean out. D, are you amenable? It's like the morning clean out for your spider bite.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's the morning clean out from Ladrin for your spider bite. If you're
Of
amenable.
course. Yep.
I'm charging you by each time I'm doing this.
What are you charging me?
Jeez.
Just saying.
Can you Dia, can you roll the deep war for me, please?
Yep.
Oh God.
Whatever it could mean.
Mm-mm.
I rolled a 4.
Oh no. The pain is so severe this morning that you take 4 points of damage from the pain. You're like Ladrin, or I'll let you role play it out if you want to warn Ladrin about the pain.
Yeah. I think I just like there instead of like where it's like static shock, now there's just like arcs of like lightning sparking. Like ow! Ow.
Can't work with this. It's fine.
You can't work with this. I have a golf ball on my neck.
I warned you. I'm sorry.
You warned me about what?
It goes back and forth a little bit. And you're like,
kind of like leads the child away from the arguing adults.
So, hearing this happening,
mm-hmm.
this is a DM question first.
Mm.
Lesser restoration. Technically, hold on, let me pull up my spell list because I actually have it.
I
good
thought
to
about
go.
preparing that.
So it says that it ends a disease or a condition afflicting it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this would count for either one, and I guess Tuna wouldn't know either. But would this be a viable thing that Tuna could attempt?
You could certainly try it. Let me have you do this. If you're interested, like you're hearing this going on,
Yeah,
would you feel
something I can do?
Everyone's hearing this going on. If you were to head over there, like to join the two of them, I can kind of like go from there, if that's okay. I'll you can experience as this unfolds, and then you can decide whether or not you want to do that.
Yeah, I would feel like I would go over to assist with any sort of medical stuff that's going on. I'm not great at the whole natural medicine thing, but I know a little bit, so.
Perfect. So, Dia, Ladrin, obviously tensions are high. This hurts. Like you can't, like you're holding your neck. Like,
I can't.
To this. Yeah.
Listen, you.
And Ladrin,
I don't
like
have
I'm
the
doing
best
everything
bedside
I
manner.
can. Yeah. As you sense Tuna approach, and Tuna, you're approaching as Ladrin is peeling off the leaves. Now, Dia, you can't say this because you're just there, like holding that part of your neck out. This is turned into basically a really like about the size of a plum tomato, and it's turned into a boil.
This is fucking gross.
Oh my God, what's happening with my neck?
I want to vomit, but I'm not going to.
Oh, that sounds awful. Am I going to die?
I mean, the venom's out of it, so.
Clearly not all of it.
Ladrin or Tuna, one of you can roll a medicine check and the other can assist, or you can roll independent medicine checks if you want.
I will assist and give you.
Okay. Yeah, I can try.
I'll like point out, be like, is that like necrosis? Is that right there? Nothing.
We'll go with the first one, which was a 21.
Okay. I mean, this is a boil that's reached a dangerous level, and it's got to be lanced, and it's nasty work for anyone. Nobody likes boils. I don't think. Maybe people do, but most people don't like boils or lancing them because I don't want to judge, right? So, but this is like one of those dangers. You never know what to expect. You've never even encountered this here in this forest, but you just, things happen. Nature's scary in this world.
We gotta put you down.
What? No, hold on. Listen, I know
Sayor's kind of
who
like
am I pointing
watching
at?
from a distance, and it's like, Ladrin!
Sorry.
Wrong place.
If that was an attempt at humor, I have notes.
I never said it was funny. And I meant you should lie down.
Oh God.
We're gonna have to put you down on the ground.
Oh, clarification in this tumultuous time, please. Just lay down on the dirt. I'm just so unhappy.
No.
You think I'm gonna be happy touching this? You owe me so many like tea leaves. It's not even funny.
Oh my God. Yes, if I get out of here, I will very happily find you some exotic tea leaves.
Nice.
At least a pound.
A pound.
It's like,
Arguing in classic Dia fashion, and Ladrin arguing the quantity and price. As you're getting laid down, have this boil. I mean, you can't even move your neck over that way. It's taking up that much.
Oh
So you
gosh,
get
just
laid
all
down.
here.
She's ready. I'm so excited.
So Tuna and Ladrin are there. Who's doing what? Is anyone like who's lancing? Who's like? Is anyone like doing anything else?
I will do my typical. I feel like whenever Tuna has like actual medicine stuff, not just on the fly healing that they have to do,
Mm-hmm.
I will take my little sensor that I have, and I think I know what a sensor is. I don't know. It's like the thing that burns incense, right? That like priests carry around.
Mhm.
Maybe I grew up
Sure.
Baptist. I've never seen one in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's
got
called.
Yeah,
The
okay,
swingy,
cool.
the swingy
It's a swingy
thingy.
thing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it.
I
The
think
swingy
that's what it
thing.
is. That's what it is now in my head.
Yep.
I'm gonna take that and put my incense, because I also have a block of incense, and just kind of, say a little prayer, kind of like that, and just kind of get the area wholly cleansed, quote unquote.
That smells lovely. What scent is that?
I believe it's dragon's blood, maybe.
Ooh.
That's really good for this.
Right.
This is
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll say a quick prayer.
Nice.
For sure.
Hold your
Holy prayer circle over here.
Just
Sayor is like mostly focused on the child, but is like looking over every couple of minutes and is like seriously like this whole scene unfold, and it's just kind of like,
Nice. Feyor, you probably look over at either the right or wrong time, depending on your point of view. As Dia's distracted, Tuna is sharing like doing their prayer, and kind of like, oh, why it's this set, and so on. He's like, oh, that's quite lovely. Ladrin lances. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do, is just get Dia distracted and calm down.
Perfect. This boy was ready to burst already. And instantly, Sophia, you look over as this happens, because it's pretty large, even from over the way. Hundreds of tiny spiders race out, down over the skin and onto the ground. Now, the pain, it's kind of numb around here, so you don't notice this at first. But Ladrin and Tuna do. Now, what do you
Ladrin, you did such a good job. I don't feel anything. This is great.
They're skittering away, but also like, into her hair and like, down. You're gonna feel it in a second.
Okay.
So if they
I'm out.
do either of you say or do anything before they start crawling, some of them up on her shoulder.
Hold on, I'm seeing if I have anything that I can do.
Fire.
I have fire.
I also have fire.
Shall we?
Okay. I feel like
just don't burn Dia.
I can't, because mine is
No
sacred
promises.
flame, so it's specifically like on a creature. So I could do it on. Never mind.
Yeah, there's so many.
A single
That's
spider.
not gonna work.
Spiders.
One single spider.
Anything for Ladrin?
Oh,
Oh,
I know what I'm
uh-huh.
gonna do. I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
Perfect. So, dude, this is a roller coaster. You're arguing price on tea leaves, and then you're
Yeah.
being laid down, and then you're like, oh my gosh, you're gonna lance this boil, and then Tuna's got you distracted, and then, oh, I don't feel this at all. Great work, Ladrin. And then you start feeling dozens of tiny little up your shoulder. And then, is there a saving throw for that, Tuna?
There
What?
is, but Tia can choose to fail it.
Okay. So whatever response you have to, what feels like dozens of insects crawling up your shoulder and like up into the back of your hair here, you have
Okay.
for a few seconds when
Yeah.
you're hit with this spell, you feel it trying to calm your
Mhm.
emotions. You can let it, or if you feel the panic would be too much, you can do the saving throw to see if it like makes it happen anyway. Up to you entirely.
The whole time, Tuna's like, "You're good. You're fine. You're totally
Ah.
fine." Like trying to talk Tia down. Oh no.
Mhm.
The worst timing to freeze.
I know.
Oh
The
no.
suspense is killing me.
Oh,
She's done. She's
It
like,
was too much.
spiders,
She's done.
I'm
She's
out.
like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, the poor soul. We'll give a minute here to let her come back.
Oh,
my
I
goodness.
can't.
But no, basically calm emotion suppresses any effect that causes a target to be charmed or frightened. So it's not really mechanically, but
We'll let
like
it work. This is perfect for
RP
this.
wise.
Yeah.
This is the only
Cool.
thing I can do unless I hellish rebuke the spiders. Like
Oh shit.
there's not much more I can do.
Darn. Nice.
I mean, I've got produce flame because it's just a cantrip, and I have burning hands, but I don't want to touch a bunch of spiders.
Could I,
So
I'm gonna say this wrong. Prestidigitation. If I like come over, use that because using one of the things is like puff of wind. Can I try and like run over and like use wind to kind of like push him away, like
Yes.
and get him away?
But do you want to try that?
Yes.
Okay. So the girl kind of looks like, what are they? Is she taking a nap? Is she all right? Because they, watched her lay down, and you're like, just
You
a
gotta put it
minute. So you race over Feora. Please make an Arcana check with that. This is for control of the said gust.
16.
16 solid. Okay, 13 is gonna
nice.
blow that up in her hair and in her face and stuff, like below 13. The 16 hits. So we'll give Dia just a moment just so she reconnects so she can be a part of that. We've got Tuna calming emotions, and Feora races up and like holds a hand out, and a gust of wind goes and blows, sends a bunch of them. Hey, let
Can
me
I
see.
add fire right in front of that gust so it could just go?
So you're kind of around,
More.
but the trouble is, oh yay! All right, so here's an up. Oh, okay.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, wow.
Hello?
Here's an update, Dia. There's more.
Okay. There's more things?
We put a pause on it so you can be here
Okay.
present for it.
Okay. Oh.
So, firstly, Tuna was using calm emotions. You can choose to
Yes.
fail that if you want, if you feel it trying to calm you. But if you feel like it'd be too much panic, you could do the roll instead if you want.
Yeah.
Totally up to you.
I guess what would inform me is, does Tuna, does your magic manifest in a certain way? Do you do anything with the calm emotions?
Oh, you might be muted, Tuna.
Muted.
Sorry, I was. It's verbal and somatic, so I feel like I'm kind of saying like a prayer,
Okay.
sort of. Just like, and I feel like it's. No, because I don't. I was gonna say it was gonna be a primordial, but I don't speak primordial. I don't know why I didn't take primordial. It's fine. So yeah, I'm just kind of saying a prayer, and it's just. I feel like the somatic components or the somatic components is just kind of clutching my. I feel like my holy symbol is like prayer beads kind of thing. I may have said that. It's like a rosary. And so I'm just kind of doing that and just like holding it towards you and just being like, it's you're gonna be fine, like in between verses of the prayer.
Mhm.
Like right in
Alright,
your face, kind of.
Okay, having that visual context and that anchor, I will choose to fail.
Okay.
Just like, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's
It'll be
gotta
fine.
be. As Feora races up and holds her hands out, and you feel this gust of wind. And so I rolled Feora rolled an Arcana check to make sure she could control this, so it didn't like blow them further up on you. But they do blow back over towards Ladrin and the area beside Ladrin. I'm so sorry, Ladrin. I rolled for it to see which of you hit.
Burning this forest to the ground.
It's just a few. Just a, most of it misses you. There's a bunch of space here.
Okay.
So it's nothing major.
That's
You're
fine.
not like covered in them. And most of them get blown away from you. You're already covered. The tuna. Tuna, by the way, you would speak primordial because of the complexities of not having deities, and given your background and your class, I should have added that before. I'm sorry. So you can absolutely.
The prayer was in primordial then. Just because that's fun.
Okay.
So Feora came over and cast some sort
Cool.
of magic from her hands to blow the grand multitude of spiders off of your person. And I'll move it to you,
Wow.
Dia. How you feel?
I feel so. I feel great.
Rolling around
You know,
cheek.
everything that I was, I will say I was very feeling very frustrated because I felt useless out here, and I don't like feeling useless. For a long time I very much was, and I do not like that feeling whatsoever. Almost compulsive, really. And I just feel good now. Whatever you did, opportunity, brilliant. Feora, you have magic.
The spider crawls like in
This
the
trip
corner of
just
her
gets
mouth
more
and
and more
back out
exciting.
again.
They were like, I wanted to try to attempt to like kind of grab the spider, like squish it in her hands, like without Dia noticing.
Sure, do a sleight of hand check real quick. Yeah,
I'm
it's
so grossed
it's like up your cheek and
My
kind of
passive
in the corner
perception,
back
a
there.
9.
Good,
No,
good, yeah. Coming in clutch that low. What'd you get, Feora?
24.
Okay, you do it a few times. She was that one that was crawling in the corner of her mouth and out. She was talking. You're like, get that off her cheek. Couple, over by the chin, going up by the ear. She seems to be relatively clear. Spider threat over. Dia is back. You're still in the calmed emotional state. The Ladrin, you're able to dress the wound now where you had to lance. Clearing out anything else. Just cleaning it out and loading it up with like 3 big, leaves. Poor Dia. And ahead of you, another day's journey to get to this young girl's house. She comes over, after following Feora, and doesn't see the spiders, thank goodness, but wants to help out. She sees oh, she's got a boo-boo. She need some cloth for it, and my mommy puts cloth when I get boo. To help, I'm good at it. I put one on my knee the other day, but she points to Tuna like, Tuna knows what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah, you're a wonderful healer, honestly. I mean, it's all right with Dia, but
Yeah.
Look at, hey, it's all right. She's gonna put her little hand on Dia's shoulder. The girl's over here trying to help put the Band-Aid on the boo-boo, Dia.
Okay.
She's asking to help. Like Ladrin's cleaning it out. She didn't see the spider. She saw that, and she was like, talking about how she put one on her knee the other day. She was looking at Tuna like, yeah, we talked about that. But she puts her little hand on your shoulder and like, It's gonna be all right. Patting your shoulder. It's gonna be all right.
Oh.
You're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through
Oh.
this.
Thank you.
And
I feel good. I don't know what everyone's so worried about. I feel great. Calm, really.
That's so great, Dia. I'm so happy for you. So wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
amazing. And with that nightmare over, and just a day's journey left to the girl's house, we'll wrap up session right there for the night. Ah.
I thought you were about to be like, and then she turns into this and attacks you all.
A huge spider. You killed my children.
Ew,
That's terrible.
Listen.
Disgusting.
Whoa, terrible. You really just got to, if that's happens, you only outlast me. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 spells, and most of them do nothing to people. So you could probably take me.
Whew. Oh my goodness. All right. The spider nightmare is over. I'm sorry to have even put you through it, but I just really need to impress how dangerous and crazy town the nature is in this world. And that's just one of the many ways which you'll all discover during your travels.
That's okay.
Yeah, so for anyone new here tonight, you've been watching Sundered Fate. Yes. Our very exciting a new one of our newest campaign. We're on episode 5. You can catch them all on YouTube, or just consider, if you had fun, giving us a follow here. You can be alerted when we go live. We do have a lot of D&D across the week. I'll bring up our schedule here, mostly in a 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time slot, but Sundered Fate here is 9 to midnight. Our upcoming Friday campaign will be 9. And I don't have anyone to raid tonight, so we're just gonna wrap. But again, I hope you'll at least all catch us here next Tuesday for more Sundered Fate. We can find out, what this girl's house is like. Is her mummy there? And then get to where we're looking to get to Evernight. Forward to it. Maybe who knows what else is going on here in the woods. So. Oh, thank you, Jellybud. You're so sweet. Glad to have you here. Thank you. All right, have a great night, everybody, and we'll catch you all soon. Bye.
Bye. Night, everybody.
Good night, Almond.